Oh, let's see if we can fix that. Does that help? There we go. Let me get some of the yarn showing here. Hi, welcome back to Create, Share, Inspire podcast. This is episode 443, and I'll wait a couple seconds before getting started to wait for people to pop over from the live pre-chat and wait for people who get their notifications. Hi, Joe. Thanks for joining live. Oh, the camera's just a smidge too far away for me to see. Hi, Lisa. Happy Monday. Hi, Grace. Hi, Judy. Thanks for joining live. Happy Monday. Hope everybody had a nice weekend. I worked all weekend, but what else is new? Hi, Judy, and I don't understand that name. Virgil, maybe? Good morning, Naomi. Happy New Week. Yeah, that's a nice expression too. That'll work. Just wait a few seconds for more people to pop over and say hi to everybody. Hi, Jane. Hi, Diane. Got a bunch of things to show you this morning. Hi, Cherie and Marcia. Hi, Jane. So if you are on my mailing list, you probably already got notified of this week's sale. So we'll talk about this week's sale a little bit and show all of the different things that are on sale this week. Also released a brand new pattern this weekend, so we'll talk about that. And then I have a coming soon repattern release to talk about as well. And then obviously if anybody has any questions, I can try to answer them. But welcome back to Create, Share, Inspire podcast. This is episode 443, and we are live in Southwest Florida in my studio this morning. If you're joining me live, I would love to hear from you. If you watch the recorded version, please also feel welcome to say hello and ask me any questions. I get notifications of all of the recorded comments throughout the day. Good morning, Olivia and Terry. Thanks for joining live. It looks like I missed a few more names, but I appreciate you all being here. It's great that you can take time out of your schedule to join live. Good morning, Dee. Okay, so over the weekend, I listed a bunch of new yarns on sale for week 4 of the Christmas in July sale. This is the first time I've done a Christmas in July sale, and each week I've listed different products on sale. And this week I did a lot of different yarns. So the yarns that I'm about to show you are all the yarns that are on sale this week, and they're all 25% off. They will all still come packaged in a center pull ball exactly the way they normally do when they're full price. You don't need a coupon code. The discount is automatically applied at checkout. So you just fill your cart with everything that you want, and then when you click the checkout button, the discount will apply and 25% will get discounted off of all of the sale items. So here are the items that are on sale this week. Be So Dazzling yarn, which is the gorgeous sequin yarn. We have patterns that use this yarn by itself. We have patterns that use this yarn combined with other yarns. It is so sparkly. I think it's the sparkliest sequin yarn I've ever seen. Comes in 6 different beautiful colors. I didn't bring all the colors of every yarn with me this morning, but if you go to the blog post, my most recent blog post that tells you about everything on sale, there are links to each individual yarn on sale. Or if you're on my mailing list, you've got all of the links there as well. Or if you just go to my shop, which is the front page of my website, you can see all of these yarns listed right there. So if you go look at Be So Dazzling sequin yarn, you can see all of the gorgeous colors it comes with. And all of the colors match really well with all of my different yarns. What else was I going to say about that? maybe that's it. If you have questions about any of the yarns, please feel welcome to ask. Then Be So Sporty yarn is on sale. And this was colorway fuchsia pink. Then Be So Sporty is on sale, and this is Chantilly lace, which is the creamy off-white color. Be So Sporty is a number 2 sport weight bamboo yarn, 100% bamboo, and we have tons of patterns for this yarn. So you can check those out as well, and this is 25% off for the whole last week of July, so it'll go from yesterday to next Sunday, and then there'll be 3 extra days in July, and I'll probably do some other promotion during those last 3 days to finish off the Christmas in July sale. By the way, the yarns that I'm showing you today have never been on sale before. I have never listed these yarns on sale, I don't believe. If I'm wrong, sorry. But I know I've never done a Christmas in July sale, never done such a long sale, and most of these yarns that you're about to see have not been on sale before. Maybe, I think we did a Hank sale before, but anyway, everything will be wound into center pull balls like normal. So here is Be So Tender yarn. This is colorway Cobalt. Be So Tender is 100% organic cotton, number 4 worsted weight, and if you look closely you can see it has a beautiful thick and thin texture to it. It is so soft. We have tons of patterns for this yarn too, and lots of colors, so you just want to go check that out in my shop. This is beautiful for color work too. I've done some couple years ago when Vogue Knitting called this the best new yarn of the year or of the season. I forget when it launched. I know that they loved it and made a big deal about it. And I had launched 2 patterns to celebrate the 3 colors that they chose for the article, and I did a beautiful color work project of a cowl in both knitting and crochet, and they're called Vesper, and you can look up both of those free patterns on my website. Each one uses 3 colors of this yarn, and you may be surprised to see how beautiful this yarn works up in color work. And anytime you try a new technique in thicker yarn, I think it's an easier way to learn a new technique. So that's something to consider. But I have seriously tons of patterns for both Be So Tender yarn and definitely for Be So Sporty yarn. Okay, next we have Be So Soulful yarn, which is our sock yarn. Super, super soft. This is with Serona fiber and bamboo blended together. So, so soft. Beautiful. It's available still in a couple of colors, and we do have some patterns for it. I don't have any sock patterns, but this is an easy ones to substitute, and there's tons of sock patterns out there. So if you want to make socks, it's a number 2 sport sock yarn, and you can easily substitute it for any of the tons of sock patterns out there. The cover project in Layers Knit is done in this yarn, and I've done several patterns in it, but you could also substitute any of my number 2 sport weight patterns for this yarn as well. Next we have Be So Cozy yarn, which is a number 1 sport weight merino wool and bamboo blended together. Super soft and cozy and warm, and it's only available right now in this color. One of the reasons why I thought it was fun to do this sale right now is to make room for new colors. I think with fall around the corner, I'm definitely getting inspired to work on some new colors, so I thought it would be fun to move the inventory of the summer colors so we can make room for the fall colors. So this is the color that is left, and this actually has some nice fall undertones. It has a bright turquoise, some deeper blue, and that beautiful bronze in there. It's so beautiful. I love this colorway. Then its counterpart in a worsted weight yarn is Be So Cozy yarn, which is also incredibly soft. It's the bamboo and merino wool blend. And this is called Be So Cozy, number 4 worsted weight yarn. Really wonderful for making a hat or a cowl, or a winter sweater or vest would be amazing, a scarf. And I have several colors available in this yarn still. This color is called Felicity, I believe. It has some orange and some peach and some yellow. Really pretty. And then, for the first time ever, the bling yarns are on sale. So we have Be So Fine Bling and Be So Sporty Bling. And these yarns are so outrageously gorgeous. This is the let's start with Be So Fine Bling. Be So Fine Bling is a bamboo yarn with a thread of pure silver plied right into the yarn. Not metallic, lurex, synthetic, pure silver. It's a thread of pure silver plied right into the yarn. It is sparkly. It is even somewhat subtle for sparkly, but just has a shimmer to it, and it's so gorgeous, and it still has all the properties of being a bamboo yarn. So you've got the great color saturation, you've got the great drape, you've got the great sheen. It's lovely. And so this is in the #1 fingering weight. So any of my tons of Be So Fine patterns or #1 fingering weight yarn patterns would substitute beautifully for this yarn, and we have some patterns available in Be So Fine Bling. This is colorway Feisty Flamingo, and then this is the sport version of bling. This is Be So Sporty Bling, and so you can use this for any #2 sport weight yarn pattern, any of our regular Be So Sporty yarn patterns, which we have tons and tons of those as well. And this is the #2 sport weight Be So Sporty Bling, which is bamboo yarn with a thread of pure silver plied right into the yarn. So all of these yarns are on sale for 25% off this week, and no discount code is required. You can just pop them into your cart, and when you click the checkout button, it automatically deducts the discount for you. They'll all still be wound into a center pull ball just like normal. And when they're gone, they're gone. There will be no rain checks or anything like that when the colors are gone, which some of them are probably gone already. But when they're sold out, they will be gone, and there will not be an extension of the sale. Does anybody have any questions about the sale before we talk about anything else this morning? What was the blue? Cozy. The worsted weight is Be So Cozy in the merino wool and bamboo blend. The fingering version is called Be So Toasty. I think that's what someone was asking about. I can say all the yarns again. So we've got Be So Dazzling yarn, Be So Sporty yarn, Be So Tender yarn, Be So Soulful yarn, Be So Toasty yarn, Be So Cozy yarn, Be So Fine Bling yarn, and Be So Sporty Bling yarn. And if you want more detailed information, just pop over to my blog on my website, and last night's blog post is all about the sale. Or if you're on my mailing list, I sent out an email all about it as well. But I'll wait a second and see if there's any other questions about that before we move forward. Yes, eye candy for sure. Okay, looks like everybody's fine with that. If I did not mention a yarn on sale, it's not one of the yarns on sale today or this week. They're all for sale, but these are the only ones that I listed for the Christmas in July week 4. Okay, so the other item that was listed in the mailing list email last night, and the other item that you may have been notified about here on YouTube or on my blog last night, is we finally have the Owen baby blanket tapestry crochet motif blanket pattern available. So the video was posted on YouTube last night, so you may have gotten a chance to watch the video. In the video, it's a long video, it's about 40 minutes, but there's so much information, and I highly recommend watching all of it, even if you have to watch it in spurts. So in the beginning of the video, I show you how to read the chart, as well as how to work all 7 rounds of one of the motifs. Then in the next part of the video, I show you how to join the motifs, a one-sided join. Then I show you how to join the motifs on a two-sided join. And then I show you how to make this beautiful, beautiful twisted fringe edging and how to do increases in the corner for it. So it is a wonderful tutorial. All of those components can be, you can learn them to apply to anything else. You could, if you don't want to make a baby blanket, you could make a bigger blanket. If you wanted to make something else, you could put these together to make a pillow or a tote bag or a scarf or a shawl. Another thing to consider is that the pattern is beautiful on both sides. I'm not going to say it's identical because if, as a crocheter, you do know the right and wrong side to your stitches. But having said that, there is no reason at all why this wouldn't be a fantastic scarf or shawl, because that looks pretty darn amazing on both sides, right? So don't feel limited to the baby blanket, although it is a fantastic baby blanket. But think about it. If you're putting squares together, you can put them together in any formation. You could do long and skinny. You can do tall and, or wide and short, long and skinny. You can do any kind of formation you want to make any kind of a pillow or a blanket or a scarf or a shawl or a poncho. There really is no limitations to how you can join your motifs together. So when you think of it in that way, there are so many ways that you could apply the tutorial to all sorts of other projects as well. So lots to learn in that tutorial. The video is up here on YouTube. Now, the pattern is available in 3 different ways. If you want to view it on a web page, there is a free pattern page for the pattern on my website. There is also an ad-free PDF pattern that will include both of the charts and the schematic. The free pattern page includes a detailed photo tutorial of each round so you can check your work side by side. And then we also have a yarn kit which includes all of the yarn in whatever color combination you want to make the blanket. It includes a lingerie bag. It includes a large bottle of Wrapture, which I don't even sell on my website right now, and it includes a copy of the printed pattern. So the only way to get a printed pattern at the moment is by ordering the yarn kit, and it comes free with the yarn kit. So that's pretty exciting. In fact, the yarn kit has a value of $122, and it's on sale for a limited time for only $99. So you're getting a lot of stuff for a great value, and that includes the yarn, the lingerie bag, the large size bottle of Wrapture, and the printed pattern. So super great value there too. And if you go to the blog post about it, the pattern pages about it, or the email that I sent out last night, you will find the links to the pattern, free pattern page, the ad-free PDF download, and the yarn and pattern kit. Does anybody have any questions about that? That's a lot. Yeah, and the video's listed on all of those pages too, if you want to watch it embedded on my website, or you can watch the video here on YouTube. Oh, and the links to all of those pattern and kit pages are also in the video description on the video. Can you see why I worked all weekend? Just even explaining everything I did sounds like a lot. But I just said a lot, so I'm going to pause a minute here and see if there's any questions. And if there's a color combination that you don't see on the listing that you want, just send me an email. That's fine. You can put together any combination. Yep, always busy beaver, Jane. Always working. I did this on I've only worked on this a day so far, so yeah, I guess I've been super busy. Put in a lot of hours on that. And I'll talk about that next. But I want to see if there's any questions about the Owen baby blanket. Plus, this is for my best friend's daughter who's having a baby. She's naming the baby Owen. And so now that it's done, I will be mailing it off to her in a couple days. She lives in Alabama right now. Her husband is in flight school. Thanks, Anshel. Yeah, the blanket's amazing. It's absolutely gorgeous, and like I said, there's so many different ways you can put it together too, but I think you're going to love it. The blanket is awesome in Christmas colors. That's what I did for the video tutorial. Here it is in cherry and clover. Isn't that beautiful? You can see the fringe that I started for the tutorial. This is what I did for the tutorial. I think it looks really pretty like this. Buttercup and platinum would be really beautiful too. Yeah, I mean, Be So Baby yarns are all really pretty together. You really couldn't pick a wrong combination, I don't think. They're all so beautiful. You could pick navy with any color. You could pick platinum with any color. You could go totally girly with pinks and totally boy with all blues. There's just no wrong way to do it. All the color combinations are so pretty. Diva, if you went with Diva and one of the greens, you'd have like a watermelon feel. So Diva and mint, or Diva and turquoise, or even Diva and clover would be pretty. Someone likes the name I picked for the blanket. Thanks. That's the name of the boy that I made it for. My best friend's daughter's having a baby, and she's naming the baby Owen. Yeah, it is cheerful. And what I love about it is I designed it so that not only do we have a central motif in the center of the square, but the outer corners of the motifs, when lined up together, create a secondary motif. And I thought that was really fun to do. So you actually see the pattern come together as you start putting. Can you knit a blanket with Be So Toasty? Absolutely. You can knit a blanket with any yarn. Be So Toasty would be very, very soft and warm. Very nice, definitely. Thanks, Lisa. Okay, so I don't see any other questions, but I wanted to bring up one of my favorite quotes by Maya Angelou, and hopefully I get it right. You know, I don't actually say things correctly all the time. Let me think about it for a second. Do your best, then when you know better, do better, by Maya Angelou. I think I have it right. If I'm paraphrasing, I apologize. But there have been, so I have a really old pattern. I've got many old patterns on my website, and as I get a chance, I like to go back in and reboot them when the mood strikes. And there's a pattern on my website called the Summer Love and Vest that was published in a magazine many, many years ago and edited by the people at the magazine, and I relisted it on my website as a free pattern several years ago, and there have been some questions about the patterns recently, so I've gone back in to take a look at it, and I'm not happy at all with the way the pattern is written, and I'm really not very happy at all with the structure of the yokes, and the pattern did not come with a chart. So over the weekend, I've been working on making charts for the pattern, and then, you know, tweaking the pattern in a couple of places, and just for a better design aesthetic. I think the things that I thought were good looking 10, 12, 13 years ago are maybe not the same things that I like now, and I think that as a designer, 10, 15 years later, you certainly have improvements in your skills as well. So I'm rebooting the pattern. The new pattern will have the same size range. It'll have the same basic look to it. It has the same stitch patterns, but there are going to be some style and silhouette changes, and there are going to be charts added to it. And then at that point, there will be a video tutorial made as well. So it's not done yet. So if you go look at the pattern now, it's still the old version, and the old photos will reflect exactly how it's supposed to look currently. But if you would like to wait until the new pattern is released, this is what I'm working on right now. So I have changed the yoke slightly, and I've changed the volume of the lace on the bottom dramatically. So I thought that the lace was way too voluminous in the original vest, and so I've shrunk down the volume here quite a bit so it lays mostly flat, and we're at 3 repeats of the lace stitch pattern right now, and I think I'm going to finish at 5. I believe the original was longer than that, but I think 5 will be plenty. I am considering adding beads along the front edges, still just considering it, and then figuring out whether or not I'm going to add button band or ties or whatever, or a belt to the front. Excuse me, I've got the hiccups. But this is being rebooted, and so if you would like to wait for the new pattern, I should have it done hopefully in the next week or so. Yeah, Be So Dazzling would be great for the front band too. That's a great idea. Definitely. So this is done in Be So Fine yarn right now, but it could be done in Be So Fine Bling. It could be done in Be So Lush. It could definitely be accentuated with Be So Fine Bling. It could also be accentuated with Be So Dazzling yarn. Those are great suggestions. Absolutely. I'm using Be So Fine yarn for this one. This is called colorway Celestial Blue Mist, and it's a size G6 4mm crochet hook. And I have been busting my butt working on this all weekend. I've got a lot done so far, but I've put in a lot of hours as well. Jane, I can't tell you that because it's not done. And it'll depend on what size project you're making. She asked how many skeins it'll take. It'll depend on which size you're making and what the finished size will be. I'm debating adding sleeves to it as well to give a sleeve option. Kind of like how when I redid Sweet Clara Top, I added a second version, so there's a long sleeve and short sleeve version. I believe I'll be doing that with this pattern as well. So, I think it'll be cute with sleeves. Yeah, I love the pineapple stitch too, and it's offset. Do you work? Couldn't read all that. Yes, you could make the sleeves longer. Yep. So you can see, if I move it to the side, you can see that the pineapple is offset. And what's really cool is that the shell in between the pineapples is the exact same shell I use in the yoke. So it just kind of really blends in so well. And then working it on the side and down the center, I think it just matches the stitch pattern so well and makes them so cohesive. Great, thank you. Thanks, Joe. I'm glad you like it. Yeah, so it's not ready yet. If you like the original version and you want to make that one, that's totally fine. Lots of people have made the original version and are very happy with their results. A few people recently are not happy with the pattern, so I've gone back in to take a look at it. And while I've gone in to take a look at it, I've decided to revamp it. So it's not done yet, but it will be. And I can't tell you when. Okay, well, Be So Soulful is a thicker yarn than this. That is a number 2 sport weight yarn, not a number 1 fingering weight yarn. So you will need to adjust your gauge accordingly to make sure that you're getting the right size that you want. Someone has trouble with pineapples. Well, maybe charts will help you. I'm going to have charts for this pattern, so I think that will help. I think it helps for some people. Some people prefer line-by-line instructions. Some people prefer videos, and there'll be a video for this one as well. But we are almost out of time, so enough about that one. But as I have more information about the pattern, I will definitely be telling you more about it. So, but if somebody would like, oh, I'm also working on a 6th issue of this right now. Don't know when it'll be done though. I just started working on it. So if somebody would like to pick a number, Joe says 3. 3. And we will randomly pick a quote. Ooh. I don't know how to say this woman's last name, but I do love her quotes. Mary Wollstonecraft, maybe didn't put the emphasis on the right syllable, but Mary Wollstonecraft, the beginning is always today. I love that. Every day is a new beginning. Whatever you want to do can start right now. I love that. It always just gives me so much hope when I think about quotes like that, that just tell you, you just need to start. That's it. You don't need to worry about it. You don't need to worry about failing. You don't need to worry about how you're going to get to the end. You just need to make that first baby step and start. That's it. And it sounds so simplistic, but it's so true. And you just need to let go of whatever is holding you back, whatever is filling you with fear. Just let it go and just begin. So thank you, Mary Wollstonecraft. The beginning is always today. Really great one for a Monday morning too. Hopefully that's the beginning of a fantastic week for all of you. Thank you all for taking time out of your busy day to spend a few minutes here with me. I hope you enjoyed the show and tell, the sale, the news, the coming soon sneak peeks, chatting with me and everyone else here. Let us make time to create, share, and inspire today and every day. Oh, the rest of the week's podcasts are already scheduled. You can find them here on YouTube, and you can find them on a blog post on my website as well. Have a great day, everybody, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.